Yeah,
So,
I haven't heard from him.
well, that's okay. That's okay. Well, cleaners, it's Friday, shoot, geez, let's start that one. Friday, not Friday, it's Tuesday. Tuesday, February 12th. It's not February 12th either. Did I pull up the wrong one? I did. It's March 23rd. And I changed everything on the layout. Is that I use the same layout every single time. It makes it a little bit easier. But anyways, it's not February 12th. It's March 23rd, 2021, and this is not Friday. It's Tuesday, and this is outside of the cleaner's box, and it is episode 59. What we're talking about here is beating out the competition, and I really, really, really like this one because there's a lot of guys that I see out there that have cleaning companies, and I'm surprised at the stuff that they're doing, Lewis. Like we talked about getting reviews, and we talked about uh, referrals and nearbys and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that stuff is very, very helpful, but we got a lot of other different stuff that I think is going to be very helpful today. I did a little bit of research. Okay. First off, I found a quote that I thought was really, really awesome. Okay. This comes from Andrew Whitworth, and he said, if you're a true warrior, competition doesn't scare you, it makes you better. And I feel the same way because that's how I am. I'm not afraid of my competition. In fact, and you probably heard me say it plenty of times here on the show or any of my videos that I don't have competition. I just have friends, cleaners that are friends, and that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. You got my headset? Woo! Did you bring my backpack? Okay, in my backpack, there's the stand for my phone. Can you bring it to me? You got a rock? Thank you, sweetheart. My daughter brought a rock.
My
Very,
son
very helpful.
loves to give me little presents like that all the time.
All the time, all the time. So I'm gonna switch this up here real quick and get him my phone. Yeah, please, in the trunk. I was gonna go fishing this morning, then it was raining. It was really, so I decided not to go fishing. So there was that. Okay, hold on a
It's just
second, guys.
about it's just about fishing season in Arkansas. Wow, Chris, you're multiplying. I'm getting excited about the fishing season because my son, he's 3 now, he's going to get to go fishing with his grandma, who, I mean, I haven't really seen my mom hardly at all over the past year, and always from a distance. But they're going to go out to the dock here at our local lake, and Asher's going to get to learn about fishing. And this kid's always talked about fishing for like 2 years, since he
Really,
started talking. Yeah, it's like he has this natural interest or something. It's great to see
that's awesome.
grandparents and kids.
Take him fishing. I love fishing. I love fishing. Right now, it's trout season out here, and so I'm all hooked up for that. I took 2 poles out there in my backpack and was gonna go around the lake, but it was raining a little bit this morning, and it just made it nice and muddy. So I was like, man, I don't feel like dealing with it. So I actually came home after. I did a little bit. I cashed it out there a little bit, but I just wasn't happy. So I came home. But
Well, I'm a terrible fisherman, so you're still beating me, bud. Don't
well,
worry about it.
when you finally get out here, we're gonna work on a little bit more of your fishing skills, man. I love fishing. There's a lot that's important. I take fishing, and I feel like sales and fishing are in the same thing. And I've said it a lot. You got to find the pond. You got to find the right place in the pond. You got to go around the pond, the lake to find the right place to fish. Find where the fish are. Use the right bait. Find out exactly what the right bait is, what's going to be the right rig to set up, all that kind of stuff. It's the same with sales, whether you have a new product or a service that you're putting out there. You need to know exactly what your target audience is, or sales, and then also what your demographic is, and that's very, very important. When we're talking about competition, excuse me, I'm trying to pull out this stand here from my phone at the same time. When we're talking about competition, it's the same way. You want to make sure that you're doing things the right way so that you go ahead and dominate your area. Um, there's a guy named Guy Kawasaki, and he's the chief evangelist of Canva, and which is an online graphic design tool. He was an advisor to the Motorola business unit of Google and chief evangelist of Apple. So the guy knows what he's talking about. He's also the author of The Art of Social Media, The Art of the Start. He's a publisher, entrepreneur, author. He's got like 9 other books. This guy's just ridiculous. He's done a lot of stuff. One of the things that he did is he wrote an article called The Art of Driving Your Competition Crazy. And I think that it's really a freaking awesome one, Lewis. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to go over this article and these bullet points because I think there's a lot to learn from it, man.
Yeah.
Lewis,
I was,
go ahead.
sorry. I was just talking to one of my clients today. He called me up, and this guy, he buys for other businesses, right, as investments. And I've been telling him for a long time to get into service businesses. And so he was looking at one today, and I asked him, what is the future that you see of this business? And this guy, I mean, he's looking at spending a couple of $1 million to buy things. So it's not like the average kind of person, but the conversation always gets back around to the competition, no matter which level that you're at, because if you can find some way that you can do something that your competitor is not very strong in, you can find your toehold no matter where you're at, regardless of the size of business. And Canva, see, I don't even know this story. I don't know this guy that you're talking about, but I know Canva. And for me, they hit that one sweet spot in the market, and now I'm a diehard fan. So I'm excited to hear this from you.
Right. I mean, they really is. Canva is very, 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 very big. So one of the things he said that one of the signs. Hold on 1 second here, sweetheart. Can you go shut the door for me? Go shut the door. My 3-year-old daughter's in here, and my little dog's going crazy, which is really, really awesome. He said that one of the signs of boom, or at least a boomlet, is that companies start wanting to drive their competition crazy. This occurs when survival is no longer an issue and optimization or maximization can become a corporate goal. Okay. However, the desire to do these things to the competition can lead a company astray or drive it to even greater heights. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Companies go astray when defeating the competition becomes more important than taking care of customers. When companies become obsessed with the pursuit of excellence, by contrast, they often reach new levels of greatness. So here's exactly how to avoid the former and achieve the latter. All right. These are awesome. There's a total of 8 bullet points that we're going to be going over here, Lewis. This first one here is know thyself. Before you can drive your competition crazy, you have to understand that what your company stands for. Otherwise, you'll only succeed in driving yourself crazy. Man, I know this all too well. For example, Apple stands for cool technology. It will never represent a CIO, which is a chief information operator. Let's see here. Never represent a CIO, safe bet, and an enterprise software company or service and support. So if it decided it wanted to drive Microsoft crazy by sucking up to CIOs, it would drive itself crazy. That is, if it didn't perish trying. There's a lot of bad stuff in there. You can get wrapped up in yourself trying to go ahead and beat out that competition. And you got to know your market, like I was just saying, know your target audience, and know exactly what your demographic is of your customer. Whether that's a product or a service. I think they both relate the same.
Yeah. To me, it's like, it reminds me of my first couple of years in business, honestly, doing online kind of sales stuff, because I felt like I really had to be this thing, this model of this other type of business owner who'd been successful. And I'm studying all these people, trying to figure out where it is that I'm supposed to go with my business. And I get this thing in my head that it has to be this certain way. And it drove me crazy. I mean, I worked super hard, but I worked myself into the ground. And then last year, 2020, right, was a big year for everybody. Took a step back and looked at everything and really asked myself, is this working the way that I need it to? And I think, like, as a small business owner, maybe not for everybody, but I think in general, that's kind of the question for us, is, yeah,
Right.
you might want to open 10 franchises and turn this into a $1 billion business or something. But today you have a wife and you have kids, and you have family that you need to support, and a roof you got to keep over their head. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. But if it's not really serving your purpose in life, which I wanted an easy to run business that gave me a lot of freedom to travel and be with my family, then why was I doing it? So I had to
Right.
restructure everything.
You
Yeah.
you got to you got to restructure things.
I was competing on the wrong thing.
Mm.
I didn't have to be those guys. I just had to be what I was already good at and make it work for my life. And actually, life's a lot better. Business is better. Wife is happier. It's all good. Happy wife, happy
I
life.
I swear, happy. Are you kidding me? California
Mm.
rolled taquitos. You're feeling pretty damn good. So kind of
Man,
rolls the same thing.
I'm here in Hillbilly, Arkansas, buddy, and I am really wishing I could have some of those.
This is equivalent to California. Oh my gosh! I just realized how ridiculous and stereotypical I am right now. I've got an IPA. I'm wearing a Vans t-shirt, and I've got some rolled tacos. Like, can I be anywhere California? Look, I got it. Nah, forget about it. We're not even gonna do
Maybe
it.
it's just
So
true. I don't know.
it
I'm
is.
over
It
here
is.
calling people hillbillies, so I guess I'm offensive too.
It's true. All right. Well, moving along here. Number two is know thy customer, and this is equally important to us. The second step is to truly understand what your customer wants from you, and for that matter, what it doesn't want from you. Yeah, I want to repeat this because this is important. I know that there's some people that are posting like crazy on Facebook, so I want to repeat this. This is important. The second step is to truly understand what your customer wants from you, and for that matter, what it does not want from you. So you got to pull back. You can't just be getting, it's a give and take type of relationship. One thing that your customer seldom wants to do is to help you drive your competition crazy. That's in your head, not your customers. One more thing, a good customer, or excuse me, a good company listens to what a customer says it wants. You got to pay attention to what's out there. I know that sometimes you think that the color blue is going to be awesome because you like the color blue, but there's a possibility that your target audience hates the color blue. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to them because a great company anticipates what a customer needs even before the customer says it. I mean, really. I mean, how many times have we said, don't look for customers, attract customers? I mean, that's the same basic kind of principle, right?
Yeah.
Lewis, when you're talking to customers about selling your services and what you have, uh, do you tell them exactly what you think that they want, or are you out there um, listening to exactly what their company is and how you might be able to help them out? I almost gave you like the answer, but I'm assuming it's the
Yeah.
latter.
Well, I can tell you this. I've totally screwed this one up before, to just be point blank. And
Okay.
it's because it's like sometimes it's a delicate balance between what does a customer need and what do they want, and we all have like this trial and error period in our businesses, all of us. So going back to the first thing, I needed to make a business that worked for myself. But if I was trying to do things I wasn't good at, I was not doing a good job at those things. So I focused around what I was already good at which point I could then come back to this, and customers might say that they wanted something. And I know what sells, but that's not what I'm good at. So we're not going to talk about it. Let me tell you, that's not what I do. Happens with you all the time, right? I mean, people want you to
Yeah.
do stuff some weird way.
No, they do. It's I'm always being asked to do some sort of cleaning and whatnot. It's important to listen to my customer too, because sometimes they may ask me to clean something that I don't really want to do, or it might not be beneficial to me. Then other times they may say something where they're not particularly asking me to clean something, but they're saying something where I need to go ahead and pay attention and be able to offer that service because maybe they don't know that I have that service or I provide that service. Just like we did was it like 2 episodes back? We did something about miseducation of your service, and the same thing applies with that. You gotta listen to the customer, and you gotta make sure that you're having that conversation with them.
You
Very,
know,
very important.
and
Number three. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, sorry, I was just going to tie it together in that once you hear that thing from them, and if you're not doing it, but you keep hearing it over and over again, that's when I started to think, well, okay, maybe like how do I incorporate these two things? That's where you choose where you're going to grow, like any path forward. I had to figure out, okay, I'm not going to even try to develop some of the things that I'm not good at. I just have to maybe sometimes better reinforce what I'm already good at. And that's how you find that right customer for you. They're wanting the thing that you're offering, and it's a better match.
Lewis, but if you've conformed, why did you choose that shirt?
Well, honest, I'm not that ripped underneath.
That's what Ronnie wants to know. He wants to know why you conformed to society and chose that shirt. And does it help with your sales? And I don't know. There's a good possibility it does. I've worn some freaky stuff out there while getting some sales and going door to door. And you'd be surprised at the people that actually said yes to me.
Watch
3.
my other podcast, and you'll see some dispensary swag going on. I just don't mix the two.
Do people even know that? Look, these people don't even know that you have
they
a
don't.
podcast.
No.
Do you want to tell them?
It's okay. Yeah, no, we don't have to. We won't make streams, but there's another side.
Got a little double cross out there. Okay, yeah. Well, if you're interested in what Lewis does, and he has another podcast, you'd actually be very surprised to know what him and Harmony are talking about. And actually interviewed me a little while back. So you can hit him up for that, and he'll let you know more about it. Number 3, know thy enemy. The third step is to truly understand your competition. Did we already read this one? I didn't read this one, did I?
No, you started number 3 and I interrupted you.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay, we didn't finish that. Okay, the third step is to truly understand your competition. You cannot drive your competition crazy unless you understand their strengths and their weaknesses. Very important. You should become your competition's customer by buying their products and services. I think I'm not exactly going to be calling any of my competition and be like, hey, come clean my windows. I think they mean that metaphorically. I'm going to say he's saying it metaphorically, but you should, let's see here. I never truly understood what it was like to be a customer of Microsoft until I bought a Sony Vaio and used Windows. Sure, I had read many comparisons and competitive analysis, but they were nothing compared to hands-on usage. I see what he's saying, what he's saying there. Know what your competitor is at. Yeah, this is kind of a good one right there. I'm not going to say order service from another competitor, because that'd be a little bit weird. But I guess
it's a little bit different. Yeah, it's different for service business.
Right. And that's what I was about to say. So it's a service business. So I guess it's more of just doing your putting on your investigator's hat and doing your research about a company. I would say the best place to do that, Lewis, might be because you're not going to call up your competition and be like, hey, come clean my windows or my panels or some shit like that. But what you could do is read their reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what the customers are saying. Is there a better way to be your competition's customer than to just go and read the reviews?
Yeah.
Right.
One phenomenon I've noticed happens a lot in the service industry is that like one guy or a handful of guys will start to rise up to the top, kind of like you, Chris. A lot of people know your business, but I know other guys in like carpet cleaning or window cleaning, roof cleaning, whatever. And everybody will look towards them as their business, and they become like the gold standard. And sometimes that's kind of a good thing to do. And you can meet those people in the Facebook groups just to find out like, hey, what's working for somebody else? And these days, people will share so much information,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you understand what is happening, like a strategy, you can then go look at your local guys and see if they're doing it, and you'll know right away. I know because I do that for people every single day. Okay. Simple. Like Google My Business, for example.
I know you're still trying to talk, man, because I'm taking a bite here, but I had to. Those taquitos look so damn good.
Hey, man. I was trying to stretch it out right there.
You're doing such a good job. You're really, really good on carrying on. You knew I was like eating. We're like, okay, let me just go ahead and bullshit and say some bullshit here.
I'm just really good at talking way too damn much, man. I'm known for it.
Well, see, here's the thing is, I think that number 4 might be one of my most important ones. Okay, and it kind of ties together. These all tied together, but number 4 might be my favorite one. And focus on the customer. This is very, very important. Focus on the customer. Here's what most people find surprising. The best way to drive your competition crazy is not to do anything to it. Nothing to the competition. In fact, rather, the best way is for you to succeed, because your success, more than your action, will drive your competition crazy. Okay? What you're
Mhm.
doing out there is going to drive them more crazy than anything. And the way you become successful is not by figuring out what you can do to the competition, but for the customer. Now, I think that what might help here is, when we're analyzing this and talking about the customer, is how we can go ahead and take examples from our competition and how they're handling the customers. And from the previous one, knowing our competition, and we're out there reading the reviews and knowing exactly what's taking place. I think I first said the customer, I meant the competition. But knowing your competition and knowing what's going on and reading the reviews so that you're doing the research and you know exactly where you stand is a very smart way to go ahead and be able to treat your customers better, because you might see some of their faults, so you can know some potholes not to stick your feet in, right?
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
says you succeed at doing things for the customer by using the knowledge that you've gained in the first three steps, just like I was saying. Understanding what you do, what your customer wants and needs, and what your competition doesn't do. Right? That's basically what I just said.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead, Lewis.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to interject. I was just like, yes, you're right. But it's like for my business, that was hearing what they were all saying and then looking at like, what am I really good at? And then saying, this is the thing that I'm going to offer to exactly this kind of person. And
Yep.
now a lot of people don't come to me, and that's totally fine. Like they weren't the right people. That's fine. But there are people that are looking for like an exact roadmap to growth, very clear, straight pathway, and it's all structured and laid out in advance. I work really well with those people who have metered expectations. But sometimes I used to deal with customers that just wanted whiz bang, fireworks and explosions and feel good feelings every single day. And I am not that guy, because you know what? You just got to go out there and clean the stuff.
Right, right. Guys, cleaners, what is some ways that you guys handle customers, or that you have found good ways to go ahead and treat your customers the best and make them feel like they are your number one customer? I'm really, really interested. Pop that in the comments and let me know some of the things that you guys have done out there with your businesses to make your customers feel like that they are the number one customer. Very, very important. Um, he goes on to say that, let's see here, where was I?
Oh, Chris,
Uh, yes,
I wanted to ask you a question.
ask away.
How much do you feel like people are just buying the cleaning itself? Like, is that all that people care about?
No,
Because in
no,
my mind, I'm thinking that they're paying for something else.
100%. And I say this all the time. Yeah, there are people who call initially because they're looking online because they are looking for a solar panel cleaner. I don't care if it's a service or product. It really doesn't matter what business you are, who you are. Your main thing that you're selling is customer service. You're not selling a service or a product. You're selling customer service. That's the main thing, is the customer. So it really doesn't matter. You can change up things all the time, in my opinion. Okay. If I'm talking to a customer and it's like, when I'm dealing with customers, I kind of try to a fault, mimic how they're talking so I can seem relatable. It's very, very important, because for the customer, they want to feel that they're almost like you're their only customer. Like they are your only customer. I think I said that correctly, but like that
Yeah.
that they're the only thing that matters. It's very, very, very important to them, especially when it comes to residential. They like that, and they become more loyal, and the more apt to go ahead and give you a review, and the more apt to go ahead and purchase more services from you. When I go ahead and suggest that, hey, you need to have your gutters cleaned every spring and fall, or whatever, blah 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 blah, they're like, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and do it. Pop it on there. We'll see you in 6 months. So Yeah, did I answer your question? I think I did.
Yeah, totally. I mean, because that just sounds like customer experience. Is it a great thing to get my window
Yeah.
my stuff cleaned by you, or is it just clean? Did you come by and I don't even know? I want to
Yeah,
feel good about it.
and especially a solar panel cleaning, we do before and after photos, but I mean, still, there's a little bit of uncertainty with the customers because customers don't always go up on their roof, so they don't always know what's going on. And just they always got a drone or even that a good drone to go ahead and see what's going on. So they have to put a level of trust in you that you're going to go up there and you're going to do your job. And a lot of us, when the pictures that we show of after photos, and a lot of you can agree with me, they're the watered down version. What I mean by that is we just rinsed it and then we took the photo. We didn't wait for the solar panels to dry, the majority. Because it takes 15, 20 minutes, depending on 5, 10, 15 minutes, depending on location, weather, and all that kind of stuff. For the sake of being quick and going on to a next appointment and saving time, spray it down, take your rafters, and you go. So you got to give them, you got to have that trust. And besides just those before and after photos, and besides just some reviews and some blog articles and your social media, it really helps to talk to customers. I have a customer who I did some gutters for about a month ago, and it's about time for her to have her solar panels cleaned. I called her up, and she has two ground mounts, two big long ground mounts. It's about $250. Now I know that her husband just passed away just recently. She has house taxes that she just paid. Her husband had they did racing cars for a long time, like built race cars for a long time. So it's not that she's broke by any means, but I do know that she's had some issues with her daughter. Her daughter is in Michigan and had problems with their family, and that she had to give them money, and she can't afford it right now, so she can't do the cleaning right now. She's going to do it next month. I can tell you about every one of my customers, and we have 2,500 of them. Point is it's that customer service. It's knowing your customers. It's knowing what they want, not just when I'm there to offer them stuff and them to go, yeah, that sounds good, but them to think about me. So when
Mhm.
they see somebody else that has solar panels or windows or a dirty roof or need some house cleaning or dryer vent cleaning, they go, guess what? I know this guy Chris, and he's amazing. And 9 times out of 10, they've got a card or something that I've left with them already. So customer service, man. I think we're getting off track here a little bit, but
That was passion. I liked it. Thanks, Chris.
passion,
Yeah.
passion. These 3 steps: understanding what you do, what your customer wants and their needs, and what your competition doesn't want from you. At the intersection of these 3 factors lies the holy grail of driving your competition absolutely freaking mad. For most companies, the key to driving the competition crazy is out innovating, out servicing, or out pricing the competition. Worrying about the $99 guy, worrying about, do I have a rotating bristle brush? Do I have, I need to get out there and I need to be on time. Otherwise, I'm going to lose a customer. Well, that stuff is to some extent important. That's not where it mainly is important. It's that customer retention. Like we were talking about last week. If you're following along, these are dominoes. I put the themes of what we're talking together in one list. So all this is all dominoes. If you go back and watch some of the old episodes, you're going to find a lot of this stuff even going together and making yourself a stronger business and a stronger arsenal for your company. But Lewis, how important to you is it to have a better price in your competition? To have a cheaper price? Is that important for you to have a lower price when selling your services to your customers or your
You know,
clients?
I'm going to be honest because I've been thinking about this a lot since we had Jason from Simco here. And
Very good point.
there's because there's this argument, right? And I've been preaching for years, have highest prices, be really high priced. But Jason is out there crushing it. He just posted today he was going to get another van. I don't know. It's like van number
Yeah,
7, 8. I don't know what it is.
he's killing it. He's killing it in the game. Probably one of the best.
Yeah.
For sure.
But the key to Jason's success, I think, after thinking about it for, I don't know, like a week or something, is that Jason, if you watch this, I'd even be interested in hearing your input on this. Is that Jason was able to sell a lot of stuff really fast because he had an existing customer base from people he had sold solar panels to. So it was like instant business for him. This guy is a good salesman. He is an achievement-oriented guy. He's out there hustling, bringing on new customers as fast as possible. So he was able to grow a team and a customer base really fast. But honestly, I haven't seen a lot of people out there that's their case. You know, I'm working with some guys right now from the audience that are brand new. They're living with family members, dude. They have their mom living with their brother-in-law, and they're out there and they're doing this stuff. You know, you guys, if you're watching, know who I'm talking about.
You know
they
what?
Can't afford to be the cheapest guy in the audience.
I live in California. I'm going to say this because in a lot of situations, I know people who got a lot of money and still got their parents living with them because you got to take care of your parents, man. But so I'm not going to knock anybody out there that's living with their parents. By the way, my mom lives with me and I love her. She's in a room over there. So, but yeah, man, why are you talking trash about me, Lewis?
Not you, man.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's. You know, they're out there, they're hustling, they're doing side jobs right now. They're just starting their businesses. And for the solar panel cleaning industry, which I think is most of our audience right now, you guys are out there, you're just trying to get it started. Yeah, drop your prices later or something, but you got to be able to pay the bills and the stuff now. So I think it just depends. If you're starting from scratch, $99 probably is going to starve you to death and you're always going to be broke. But if you're like Jason and you're able to have a bunch of sales right away, a low price is you're going to eat everyone. You're going to eat the market. You're going to steal business from everybody else because the rest of you can't compete with that.
But you know, and the main thing about it is we've talked about it a couple of times here. I know I always say about this when people, I always mention this when people are asking me about pricing on commercials and whatnot. It's your profit margin. You can't just be throwing numbers out there and just say, hey, this sounds like some legit shit number to throw out there, and I'm gonna beat the competition. Again, if your idea of beating the competition and being number one in your market and your industry is out pricing, out servicing, out innovating your competition. You got a little tongue twisted there. But if that is your idea of how to go ahead and beat the competition and be number one, who the hell fucking cares? Excuse my language, but who cares if you have a bunch of whatever? If you don't have any customers, what are we doing? It's you own 100% of nothing. I mean, that's basically what you're doing. It's really, really stupid. Number 5 is really good too. And again, moving along with this, and they're all dominoes. Turn customers into, excuse me, pardon my language, by the way. I got a little bit too passionate about that. But turn customers into evangelists. There are a few things that drive a competitor more crazier than an unpaid thunder lizard group of customers who become evangelists for a company. That's a thunder lizard. I've never heard that word before. That's
me neither, dude.
Powerful. Learning some stuff here. Let's see here. Guy covers this topic in detail in The Art of Evangelism. Go ahead and check that out. That's his book. But the gist of this is to create a great product or service, put it out there, let 100 flowers blossom, and see who falls in love with it. Open your arms to them. They will literally come running to you, and then take care of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really that simple. Customer loyalty, customer reward. You just take care of them. It's really that simple. I talk about a text blast. Oh, this is a great time to talk about this. Yeah. I talk about a text blast and email blast that I send out to customers. Recently, I found out that my text blast has not been working. And in fact, you did one for me, okay? Now, I know why. See, my customers have become immune to text blast. And because we weren't following up with other platforms as well as we should have been, they were getting immune to it, especially right now. I'm going to put this out here. You guys might want to pay attention if you do text blast. A lot of people are home, and because of the pandemic and the things that are going on in the past year, people are getting more text messages than ever. And in fact, I realized I'm getting a crap load of text messages. A good portion of them are on Fridays from dispensaries, but that's not the point. I get a whole bunch of them, and a lot of them I delete. So there's sometimes some text messages that I miss because I'm not paying attention, and I delete them.
Mm.
So I have found that there are customers who are doing this. One in particular was on a list that we handed to you. His name was Jacinto. Jacinto is a customer of mine who I love this guy. He's an awesome guy. He's right here in Escondido, my hometown. Every time we go there, it's more for the conversation that he has us out there, but we go there 3, 4 times a year to clean his panels. He doesn't even really even need it. I mean, to be truthful with you. And sometimes we go out there and we're like, you don't need the cleaning. And he's like, oh, that's cool. And we're still there for 15, 20 minutes. It's the customer, it's the relationship. So I have found out that my text blasts are not working at all. The customers are getting immune to them, that they're just seeing them, they're just clicking X, not paying attention whatsoever. So our conversion rate is just gone, just dropped down
Mm.
drastically. So I've been making phone calls to them and calling them. They're like, oh, a lot of them have been saying to me, I've been waiting to speak to you. So I think right now that personal contact is very, very important. And again, personalizing, customer service. Like say it until it beats in your brain and into your people's brain. Get out there and have your customers not just send automatic text message, automatic text blast, excuse me, email blast, letters. Stop that for one moment. I'm not saying that stuff is bad and throw it away because it's important, but make sure that you're not ignoring your customers at the same time. I had one customer that was getting a text message blast. They were getting a text message every month on the first because we had a system and it wasn't working properly, apparently. But we had the system set up, and this person was getting a text message every single month on the first of the month for a year. This was after they have done a message back to me about a year ago saying no thank you, please, or no thank you, we'll respond to you or we'll have our panels clean when we're done. Finally they had said, please take me off your forever bugging list. And guess what? Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it because we didn't have the proper system in place right then. We thought we did, but we didn't. And so we missed something. So we didn't listen to our customer. And because of that, it affected us. So make sure that you're paying attention to your customers and you're listening to them and that they're supporting you and that they're on board with your team because they're going to turn into evangelists. They're going to get out there and they're going to start talking to you. See who falls in love with you. Okay? They're going to open their arms as wide as they can and accept you for every service and every suggestion that you possibly can offer them. Take care of them and they will take care of you. It's simple. It's really that simple. Done deal. Now, Lewis, the next one, let's see, how far are we along in this? We're already 41 minutes in this. Mr. Seiko, by the way, what's up, big guy? Thanks for joining us. These are good ones, Lewis. I've got to take a break here because we've got 3 more here, and they're power. I got to take a breath. Hold on. It's strong. See, here's the thing: is a lot of people aren't getting it. They're just not getting it. They're doing this thing where I don't know why people worry about the $99 guy. It's like worrying about water-fed pole versus traditional. It's like worrying about, he's a solar panel cleaner. Does he clean windows? He's a window cleaner. Does he clean solar panels? Like none of that shit matters. It's none of my business. It's none of my business I don't care. I really don't care about my competitors in that sense. Oh, hey. Hold on a second. This right here is the charger to my phone, which is not plugged in right now. And I just got a little notice that it's warning it's about to die. So.
Oh, well, at least you saw it, buddy.
Right. All right. Pay attention to them. Number 6, Make good by doing good. Doing good has its own very sufficient rewards, but sometimes you can make good and do good at the same time. For example, if you own a chain of hardware stores, you can help rebuild a community after a natural disaster. You're bound to get a lot of publicity and create bonds with the community. This will drive your competition crazy and you'll be doing something good.
Yeah.
It's really, it's, hey, Lewis, I'll tell you what, you sent me a message here.
No, we'll talk about that later. It'll be an
Yeah,
idea for another episode.
okay, good. Okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
try to tie that in here, but okay, well, then we'll skip that. But
What you just said, after I lost my house to an F4 tornado in 2009, and strong tie, they make these brackets to put to your braces and your frame of your house together. They came out, they did a big donation and a demonstration. To this day, so I don't know how many years later, I am a die-hard strong tie fan.
see,
Any house I ever build or any project I do, I only buy strong tie, even if I have to order it online.
see that, guys? Lewis just doesn't work at a computer. Okay, he does work with very close with the cleaning industry in a sense of the computer and website stuff. By the way, there's a lot of individuals out there that try to sell leads and a bunch of bullshit. I want to be specific about that. That's not what Lewis does. There's a difference between somebody who wants to sell you leads or is saying, just saying to you, I'll get you on the first page of Google. There's a lot more to it. Okay. And that's those types of people that you want to look for are people like Lewis. Those are the people that are paying attention to their customer and not just selling you something that you could possibly purchase off of Fiverr.com. Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Check this one out, Lewis. These people don't know about this. I've told you this one before. Back when I had a computer company, what am I, Perry Tate? Back when I had a website company, we did website services, SEO, online reputation, and whatnot. I had a customer who was constantly bugging me, a couple customers that were bugging me for traffic. They weren't, just like Lewis has told me about some of his clients before, they were not listening to me. They were not doing, they were doing what they should not be doing, which was a negative effect on them. So, these customers would come to me and it was like a handful of them be like, just send me traffic. I just want traffic. Although they were first on Google, they placed under a whole bunch of words. It just wasn't enough for them. They had blog posts, all this kind of stuff, SEO, blah, 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 through the roof. A plus. Wasn't good enough for them. So literally, I charged them $20 a month, which was good enough for them. And I went to, they were happy. This whole thing is still ridiculous, but I went to Fiverr and I paid $5 for some guy to send traffic to them because that's what they wanted, traffic. So I sent them traffic. So make sure you're listening to your customers. I guess I listen to them and give them what they want.
Okay.
How am I going to do it?
Rewind this episode and then see me earlier going, I am not good at fireworks and feel good feelings. I only can deliver results. It's that kind of stuff, man. Because,
right. You want results? Fine. You want results? Fine. I'll give you a number. I'll go through Fiverr. Somebody will send you some. Bam. It doesn't work. It doesn't mean you're going to sell anything. So it's the quick sell, the quick end sell. You got to be paying attention. And it'll drive. Let's see here. Let me get back here because I do like this. I want to say this again. For example, if you own a chain of hardware stores, you can help rebuild a community after a natural disaster. You're bound to get a lot of publicity and create bonds with the community. This will drive your competition crazy and you'll be doing something good. So I'm not saying to get out there and go do some charity or something like that, but be the better guy and stuff like that. And always when you're talking with people, like mention the stuff that you've done, I guess. I don't know. I had something that popped in my mind that I wanted to say, but then I was like, actually, that's not a good one. So we're going to skip that one and just go straight to number 7. Screw it. All right. 2 more left. And I think that this one, number 7, is really, really funny. This is hilarious. I've read this like 20,000 times.
Okay.
I swear. Every single time, there's another. I love it. I love the words he uses. What was this word back here again? Thunder lizard.
Yeah.
Goddamn thunder lizard. When I'm going fishing, that's like a word that I would use fishing. Like when I'm 43, I don't look like I'm old, except for I'm going bald. But I feel like when I do get older, that's when I'm going to say to some youngin who comes running out on the dock when I'm trying to fish, and it's all dunk, 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 scaring the fisher. You damn thunder lizard! That's some stupid shit, but that's probably what I'll say. All right, 7. Turn the competition into allies. One way to get rid of your What did I say? I don't have competition, I have friends.
Yeah.
One way to get rid of your competition is to drive it out of business. I suppose this might be attractive to you, but a better way is to turn your competition into allies. My favorite author of children's books is Tommy DiPolo. DiPolio. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Uh, the favorite book here, guys, favorite book from this person is The Knight and the Dragon. This is the story of a knight and a dragon who train to slay each other. They are smashingly unsuccessful at doing battle and eventually decide to go into business together. Using the dragon's fire breathing ability and the knight's salesmanship, they create. Son of a bitch. They create the K&D barbecue. That's so
That's great.
stupid. That's such a dad joke. It's so dumb. I love it. I swear to God, I'm gonna be using the knight,
Two
the dragon
dads
with the business.
right
What?
here, so we laughing about it, man.
It's perfect. They
Dads
go
out in
into
the audience
business together.
laughing.
All right. So, for example, if Home Depot opens up next to your hardware store, let it sell the gas barbecues. You refill people's propane tanks. So, did I read that correctly? It really fucking doesn't matter. The point being is, this is really really good. Take advantage of your competition and make them allies. A lot of things that I like to do is work with a couple of other cleaners out there. I've done jobs with cleaners out there, plenty of jobs with other cleaners, whether they called me or I've called them out, and it's very very fun. HD Washman, Ronnie, one of my favorite guys to hang out with on a job. We went and did a job up in, I want to say Roland Heights, Corona, somewhere up north, and we cleaned. We were on a 35 feet up in the air cleaning these carport panels, and the lift we were using, we got up, we cleaned one carport, and we're supposed to go around and clean the other ones. As we got down and we're traveling around, the lift completely died, and it didn't have a propane tank on it. And we called out United Rentals, which came out, looked at it, which by the way was the third lift that I had gotten from them in that week. I'm not talking shit about United Rentals, but I'm talking shit about United Rentals. They did not listen to their customer. 3 times they brought me a lift, and all 3 times they did not have a propane tank on it. I'm not kidding you. It's ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. Listen to your customers. All right. This is the biggest one. We're coming to the end here of driving your competition crazy and the importance of driving them crazy and in the right way. Hi, sweetheart. Daddy's almost done passing some knowledge here. As we're driving, I like to use my hands. You guys see me in my videos, and also when I'm streaming, I use my hands. I do a lot of hand signals. When I'm driving with my wife, I do a lot of this and that.
That's why I don't drive anymore.
I don't do one finger like I'm pointing to the crowd, like not one finger. I do all of this because I'm pointing to all of you. So that's what I do, and I noise the hell out of my wife, but I still do it. She's laughing at me. Number 8, play with their minds. Just drive them crazy. If you're doing all this positive, good stuff, then it's okay to have some fun with your competition. It really is. That is to intentionally play with their minds. Here are some examples to inspire you. This guy's awesome. Ready? Okay. During the Korean War, the U.S. Army Office of Strategic Services left a supply of condoms for the communist Chinese to find. The condoms were specially manufactured in an extra large size. You weren't ready for that, were you? The label
No.
on the box. No, you weren't. It's not done. The label on the boxes, however, said "Made in the USA, size medium." Oh! My grandpa was in the Korean War. He served in the Korean War, so
Mine too,
I
man.
was
I've been to
around for me
Korea.
to ask him. But that's great. That is
It
great. Can
would
you
it would have.
imagine?
I have some friends in Korea. I think that would affect their psyche. I'm just gonna say that.
Can you imagine having some condoms printed out with your customer, excuse me, customers. I keep saying customers with your competitor, your competition's name on the package, and then put like size large, but it's actually a size small on the inside. That would be hilarious. Okay, you can't do that.
I
That's
can't
bad.
imagine that. No.
It's bad for business. Hannibal once had his soldiers tie bundles of brush to the horns of cattle. At night, his soldiers lit the lit the brushwood on fire, and Hannibal's Roman enemies thought that thousands of soldiers were marching towards them. That's I like that one. You know that in my first year, I drove around my van so much that people actually thought I had a fleet of vans. One guy saw one customer's a new customer too. He was talking to me and when we're doing this appointment and he was asking about my vans and company and warehouse and I'm like, no, we're in our first year. I have just this van. It's just me and this guy. Da 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 da. Or I think it might have been just been me at that point. And he was like, man, I see your van everywhere. I thought you had a ton of vans. Yeah, perception is everything, man.
That's the
Perception is
power of a
everything.
rap, man.
Right. How did I get my first commercial client? My website. Remember that? You go. Oh, almost knocked over my
Mhm.
tripod here. You remember this? My website. My website when it attracted somebody, and before I even cleaned a solar panel, we got a commercial job, contract worth $185,000 for cleaning schools in that first year, just based off of our website. Perception is everything.
Yeah.
Jeez, this one right here, Lewis. Oh God, you're still with us. A pizza company that was entering the Denver market for the first time ran a promotion offering two pizzas for the price of one if customers brought in the torn out Yellow Pages ads of its competitors. Right,
Wow.
tear them out. Go to Yellow Pages and tear out the in the book. You tear out my competition's phone number so people can't find them, and I'm gonna go ahead and hook you up. We're gonna give you two pizzas. Is that what that was? They were offering two
Yeah.
pizzas for the price of one. I give
I'm from
you buy one get one for free.
I'm from Denver. I got some good pizzas there.
Killing your competition, man. I have how would this work for my advantage, man? If you give me your business, oh man, I swear I need to think of one for something
It's
like
hard
this.
to
And then
transfer that to this
I'm
century.
gonna but I'm going to. There's a way that I'm going to. I'm gonna find out a way like when when my competitors have an ads on Facebook, if you're a customer of mine, go ahead and comment in that customer or excuse me, in that my competition's ad, Facebook ad that they can go ahead and that you're a customer of Solar Tidy San Diego and drop my phone number and drop prices. Like Philip would do to somebody selling their pole on a thing. I love Uncle Phil. Just like that. Drop a comment and be like,
Uh,
bam, and
yeah.
then do a screenshot and send that to me, and I'll be like, guess what? $25 off your cleaning. You guys rock. Okay, this is the last one. A national hardware store chain opened up right next to a longtime community hardware store. After a period of depression and panic, the store owner came up with a very clever ploy. He put up a sign on the front of his store that said "Main Entrance." You get it?
Yeah. Makes sense.
So you had this chain.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that you got two hardware stores. They're right next to each other. He just put one up front that just said "Main Entrance." There you go. And how do you translate that to this century? To this century, geez, I'm talking like hardware stores are from like a different fucking century. How would you translate that to my service? Let's take one of these and try to
I
translate that. Let's
I
do this
think it
last
what
one.
it might be is a local services funnel where, and this is an idea for something I was going to build a long time ago, and I'll probably do someday. You go to a website, you're looking to be matched with the best cleaner for whatever service in your area, and then it has a little bar and it's loading and it's taking all your parameters and it's going and it's going, and then boop, it gives you out the results, and it's your guys's. And really, you were just the one that was going to be in that result, anyways. But it's SEO rich, man. And combined with Google ads, you're just sending all the traffic there. You have to make sure you dominate that Google search page, because that is the entrance to your business these days, is the Google search page. That's where people, right, when they're walking into the store, they know that they want to buy a thing and they're looking for that thing to buy.
I'll give it to you
That's
right now.
Google. And if you're not on freaking Google, they're not walking into your store. So I don't know why you're not trying to get on Google.
Well, here it is right here. I'll translate it on over for service industry. Okay, for a cleaning company like me, I've got my website that's under my business name, and then I've got, I think it's like, I got some there like cleansolarpanelssd.com, solar panel cleaning in San Diego. I mean, I got a bunch of different websites, and a lot of them, just like you do with your main website, you go ahead, if you don't know what an agency is doing, they're going to go ahead and take a look at where you're wanting to rank, and they're going to look at the top 5 websites, and they're going to kind of compare with that and seeing what they're doing, and basically try to emulate that same type of thing, so they can get in that same type of position or ride that same type of wave, essentially, in short.
Okay. I have another one. If it's okay that I share.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna take a bite of rats real quick. Go ahead.
All right, good, great. Voice search. Like a million times a day, I go, okay, Google, find me a solar panel cleaner near me. And it finds me a search result.
Found a few solar energy equipment suppliers near you.
Okay. And people are doing that in their car with Amazon Alexa, Google Home, with their phone, because everybody has one.
Right.
And actually, Google themselves is expecting, just like people used to mostly be on desktop, now everybody's on some kind of mobile device. Well, they went from desktop to laptops to mobile devices, which means like a phone or a tablet, and then everybody's going to voice search. And that is the entrance to your store in this century. And actually, almost none of your freaking competitors are doing anything about it. You know why? I know this because I'm looking at all of your businesses every day. Most of you guys are in California, and I use California as an example all the time.
Slow down. Whoa. Slow down. See, those are my competitors, so we're not going to give them too much information in California.
It doesn't matter where you are.
Like, it doesn't, but let's just pretend like Lewis isn't talking right now. He didn't say anything. You guys are doing great with your Googles. Your reviews are looking phenomenal. I'm like so scared. It's awesome. It's like, all of you guys are paying attention to your Google. You cleaned your listing. You make sure that, like, it's consistent with information and all. That's great.
You have a website, so obviously you're going to make $1 million, because that's all it takes.
Lewis, they got word of mouth. Come on, stop being stupid. They got word of mouth. They don't need that kind of stuff. If someone's going to tell somebody else before me and you know it, they're going to be the best, hottest thing next to anything because they clean fucking who knows, whatever.
That's good.
All right.
That's a good idea, because, they got flyers and stuff.
They're
going to spend all weekend, every weekend for the rest of the summer.
Right.
7 days a week putting out flyers. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. They'll be totally fine. Guys, this is not the way to go ahead and beat your competition. Make sure you know what's going on there. And we went over some awesome stuff this evening. Really, 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 really awesome stuff. I hope you take some of this stuff and it helps you out in your business. Drive your competition crazy, nutty, absolutely bonkers. Make them just so worried about you that they are scared and thinking about you every single night. That's where you need to be at. Those are those guys that are going to be they're going to be so worried about it that when they're throwing bids into competition places where you're throwing in bids, they're going to be all over the place because they're not going to be sure what's going to be the best bid for them. They're not going to know what to do because they're afraid of you. And due to that fact, they'll be all over the place and they'll make mistakes. And when they start making mistakes, that's when you jump up and start taking advantage of that shit and become dominating in your area. Right, Lewis?
That's right, Chris.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Guys, let's see here. Solar Panel Cleaning Friends is a community group of like-minded professional cleaners dedicated to connecting together to share the best tips, tricks, and advice. Join us together as we discover the best cleaning methods for solar panel cleaning used by professional solar panel cleaners all over the world, just all over. It's a round place, and all of us are cleaning using a bunch of methods, and it's just awesome. Ready to learn how to become a better solar panel cleaner? Are you? Are you ready? No, you're not. You're not ready for this. Of course you are. You're ready. Join the Solar Panel Cleaning Friends community at facebook.com/groups/Solar Panel Cleaning Friends. Also, as well, go to youtube.com. You guys, if you follow us, please support the group, the community, and the podcast. Get out there and subscribe to our channels. We've got youtube.com/Solar Panel Cleaning Friends and youtube.com/Outside the Cleaner's Box. Which, yes, I need to work on that a little bit more, and I'm going to try to do that this this weekend. I've got some work here in the next couple of days, but this weekend I'm going to get those videos up there that you've been asking me to post for a while now. Yeah,
it's good.
that's what I got. That's what I got.
Get on it, boy. All right. Well, guys, email your questions to outsidethecleanersbox@gmail.com. Otherwise, I guess we'll be seeing you guys next week. Drop us some comments so we know what you guys want to hear.
Definitely, guys. And when you get over to our YouTube channel and you're watching our videos, please comment on them because that definitely helps us out 100%. And again, subscribe. The Solar Panel Cleaning Friends YouTube channel is almost at 1,000. I believe right now it's at close to 850 right now. Right, and we need to get to 1,000 so we can start helping this podcast and the group out with a little bit of $5, $10, $20.
Yeah, giveaways and support for the community. The more you guys support us, the more we're able to do for you guys, and the more experts we can bring on for whatever it is that you want to know about.
By the way, before we close down, we got a few more seconds real quickly here. Every single week we've given away something so far, and I just got some people's addresses and shirt sizes. So I'm going to be sending that out. We're putting those shirts together in those packages after, I believe, next couple of days are going to be busy for me, so I would say Monday. Monday's the day that I'm going to be sending out everybody's package. Today is we need to give away a shirt and some stickers. So Lewis, who should we give a package away to today?
Chris, who was the last person to make a comment?
Okay, there's one person. The last person who made a comment is also the person who's been making the most comments, and that is high-low pressure washing.
Yes, Jamel, my friend, give it to this dude. We need to sell this guy because you know what? Jamel's out there. He's hustling it, and I am seeing the results, my friend. This guy is going to make it. I want him to have some encouragement. Thank you for watching, man.
There we go.
It's great to have you out there.
Thank you so much. Definitely appreciate it. So send either Lewis or myself your shirt size and an address. He actually said, I'll tell you what, Lewis, give him a freaking phone call. Call this guy, okay? Listen to your customers. Jeez, what's wrong with you guys?
I got your number, man. I'll give you a call.
Okay. He'll give you a phone call, and then you tell him your shirt size and also give him your address, and we'll send you out a shirt and some stickers this Monday, and also Lewis will throw in some stuff in there and some cool stuff at some point or something like that. All right, guys, thank you. Have so much fun. Shout out to Philip at Simple. We love Simple. Sean over at Tucker. Also Andy over at Window Magic Supply. We love all three of you guys. By the way, in case you don't know, it looks like my internet slowed down for a second. That's really weird. If you don't know, I am 100% Simple right now, and I shouldn't say right now. I've hopped on. I've been using the Excalibur for a while and the Simple for a long time, but I've hopped on underneath with Philip, and I'm actually running the Simple stuff. I shouldn't say running it. That makes me sound like I'm doing something too much than I already am. But That's all I'm going to say for now. We'll give more information about that because I'm lagging right now and I'm ready to get off here. Lewis, tell these people good night.
Adios, amigos. Till next week. See you on Outside the Cleaner's Box.